first 72 hours after you quit smoking, they're brutal. They're intense, but they're absolutely survivable. I smoked for 25 years and finally quit at 45. In this episode, I'm gonna walk you through hour by hour what really happened in my first 3 days being smoke-free. That includes the cravings, the shift, the small wins, and the stuff not many share. No matter where you are on the quit smoking journey, I assure you, you're in the right place, especially if you're in those first few days right now, or you're scared to even start. Stay with me, subscribe, and join us. This channel is about living a more meaningful second half by rebuilding health, lifestyle, and living with intent. Quick recap. In episode 1, I shared how I set myself up for this. I smoked my last cigarette at night, took a shower, and put the nicotine patch on before bed. At that point, I had made a clear decision. Starting tomorrow, I'm not smoking. There's one important thing during that planning stage I didn't mention in that episode, and it mattered a lot in the first 72 hours. My wife and my son, they went to her parents for the first 3 days just to steer clear of my potential irritability, and also just to give me space. That space to focus on quitting. I also made a very un-Instagrammable decision. I was going to sleep as much as possible. Not grind through it, not power through it, just survive. This episode is the lived reality of that plan. Day 1, shock to the system. As soon as I woke up, I checked to make sure the patch was still on my arm. Yep, still there. Whew, okay, next, I had the strangest thought. I don't smoke anymore. Physically, my body wasn't confused yet. That came later. Mentally, it was a mix of pride and fear. Part of me thought, I'm actually doing this. And the other part of me thought, I'm actually doing this. Then the trigger showed up. That first coffee without a cigarette felt wrong, like something was missing. My brain was loud. This isn't right. Something's not complete. That craving hit hard, but only lasted for a few minutes, then backed off. But they kept coming. The patch was helping to take the edge off the craving, but in the moment I wasn't fully aware or fully sure that this was actually the case. Same thing after lunch. Same thing stepping outside for fresh air. Those were automatic cigarette moments for 25 years. So my day 1 strategy was simple. Just sleep and distraction. When a craving started, I acknowledged it, I stopped what I was doing, made note of the trigger, and what time it was. Then I revisited my why. I quit. All the while in the background, remind myself that this is just a 3 to 7 minute wave. Don't fight the ocean, just ride it. I've mentioned how important it is to determine your deeper reasoning for quitting smoking, and if you haven't done that yet, I highly recommend you go check out the video that I've linked in the description or on this card that describes and walks you through the process of how to determine your why. This is extremely useful, and this is precisely what will get you through those hard to get through cravings, those hard hitting, long lasting cravings. Your why will get you through. Sleep is a tool, not laziness. By evening, I was irritable and restless. That end of day cigarette time used to be my reward, okay? So I looked forward to that. Instead of smoking, I took hot showers. I was eating like little snacks, healthy snacks. Let me throw that in there. And I worked on this channel and I went to bed early. Looking back, the intentional pre-planned routine breaks from my habitual smoking habits were key, along with sleeping the majority of the first 24 hours. So day 1 wasn't heroic, it was simply survival. Day 2, the wall. Day 2 hit harder physically. The cravings were sharper. All I could think about was smoking. I felt tired yet wired all at the same time. Emotional doubt, this is where it started to seep in. Maybe I should just smoke one, right? Like, Okay, this is what I did. We threw all the cigarettes that I had, like we went around and collected all the packs of smokes I had all over the place, and there was quite a few of them, cigarellos and all these things. Anyways, we put them all in the garbage and then we open them up and we dump water on them so I wouldn't be encouraged to have any. But, you know, I was thinking, geez, just one, like there might be one in that garbage that's still good. Yeah, that is a real thing. Yeah, so with that in mind, so maybe I could just sneak one, you know, just take the edge off. I can always like really quit later. Now, that's the nicotine talking. That's not you. What saved me was the environment I set up, my plan, and my quit smoking toolkit. By the way, if you want to check that out, there's a link in the description. But also, I had no family at home, no social plans, no one needing me to be on my game. I could be grumpy, low energy, weird, whatever I wanted to be, without worrying about disturbing anybody else. Tools, not willpower. Instead of sleeping so much like we did on day one, I decided to go walking with the dogs in the countryside, leaving all my cigarettes and temptations behind. Just go with them and just go enjoy the moment. Hot showers. I took a few of those to reset my nervous system, and it also got my mind off and smoking and made me just feel cleaner. Water. I drank water like it was going out of style. And also editing. Editing helped me keep my hands busy and my mind busy, especially when those cravings came. When they came, I acknowledged them and I just put my head down and just got to work. So I had one rule. I could do anything except smoke. Lie down, fine. Edit for this channel, fine. Take a third shower, fine. Smoke, not an option. Day 3, turning the corner. Day 3 was still hard, but it wasn't as shocking. That's because I knew what to expect. Like, the cravings were there, but I started noticing the small wins. I'd look at the clock and start to realize when some of the triggers were coming based on my craving tracker. And I didn't smoke. That's a win. 48 hours turned into 60, then 72. Physically, little changes were showing up, like my breath, for example. Stayed a little fresher for a little longer after brushing, and my mouth felt a little bit cleaner. Breathing felt slightly easier when laying down and paying attention to it. And my cough, it sounded different. It was more like clearing and less like hacking. How was your hacking? The biggest shift for me was mental. I stopped saying I'm having a craving, and I started saying I'm noticing a craving. That language shift gave me control back. Instead of something happening to me, it was something I was observing and choosing not to act on. I started tracking every small win. Every craving wave I rode, every trigger I survived without lighting up, those wins started to stack. My 4 rules for surviving the first 72 hours, based on my experience, is 1. Replace the ritual, not just the nicotine. Cigarettes are rituals. I replace stepping outside for a smoke with stepping outside to breathe, to walk, drink water, or take a moment just to revisit my why. Number 2, expect cravings. Ride the 3 to 7 minute craving wave. When I stopped being surprised by cravings, they began losing power. My only job was to survive the wave, document the trigger, the time of day it happened, and what I was doing in that moment. Number 3, use tools without shame. Patches, mints, naps, walks, YouTube videos at night, scrolling. That doesn't make you weak, it makes you strategic. Like, follow your plan. More tool ideas in the description as mentioned earlier. Number 4, the goal is one day further than yesterday. This is not about perfection, it's about progress. Chaos is allowed, but in the background, okay? So if you're in your first 72 hours, you don't have to remember all of this. Just know that you gotta keep going at any time. You can go check out our Quit Smoking series playlist for more help, support, and motivation. Those first 3 days weren't the finish line, okay? But they gave me the proof and the foundation that I could build off of. It was proof that I could sit with a craving and not give in. It was proof that my body could start healing even after 25 years of smoking. And proof that smoker didn't have to be my identity. It was my choice. So if you've made it past the first few days, or you want to see what's coming next, watch episode 5. That's where I walk through the 2 weeks to 1 month mark of the Quit Smoking timeline. And this is just the start. You're not too old. It's not too late. Your second win is still possible. Okay.